Quick orientation before we roll. I'm a carnivore doc. That's my default plate and what I recommend often because it works. But I don't live with only carnivores, and most of my patients in this clinic aren't carnivores. Yet, my ultimate mission is metabolic health for everyone. So today I'm giving you a broader unwrap, the dopamine diet, because that diet will teach you how to rewire cravings without willpower. If you're carnivore, this dovetails beautifully. If you're keto or low-carb curious, this may be the missing piece. So tell me where you're watching from so I can say hello in the comments. And if root cause medicine with a side of steak sounds good, tap like so more people escape the craving carousel. Here's the bold claim. Cravings aren't a character flaw. They're a wiring pattern. And the wiring can change faster than you think. And stay with me till the end because I'll give you a simple 7-day dopamine reset. And one mistake that silently keeps cravings alive even when you eat clean. Let's define terms in plain English. Dopamine isn't pleasure. It's pursuit. The do it again signal. Modern ultra-processed foods, sugar plus refined flour plus seed oil snacks plus flavor chemistry, create loud, fast dopamine spikes. Pair that with an insulin surge, energy crash, and a stressed brain, and your biology is basically speed dialing the pantry. Willpower is trying to whisper no, while a marching band plays yes in your skull. The dopamine diet lowers the noise and raises the baseline so you feel calm, satisfied, and in control. What does that look like on a plate? Start with protein first, especially at your first meal. 30 to 50 grams. Think eggs, steak, salmon, burger patties. Protein triggers natural satiety messengers, GLP-1, CCK-PYY, so the snack voice loses volume. Pair with natural fats, my BOCA rule, butter, olive, coconut, avocado, or even better, animal fats like lard, beef tallow, duck fat, and more, because those fats smooth energy rather than spike it. If you tolerate dairy, full-fat yogurt or cheese can fit. If you're carnivore-leaning, lean into yolks, fatty cuts, and broth. Hydration matters. Front-load water earlier in the day, but avoid chugging late so you're not up at 2 a.m. because you know I care about sleep. Now the landmines. These foods are louder than your biology. Breakfast cereals, pastries, chips, candy, soda and energy drinks, sugary coffees, low-fat sweet yogurts, ultra-processed bars, baked chips and veggie straws, and most fake meats. They're engineered for a big dopamine prediction era, a fancy way of saying your brain thinks wow and wants another wow. Replace them with a simple color code. Let's start with the green zone. Eggs, beef, lamb, salmon, sardines, shrimp, liver if you like it, broths, olives, avocado, herbs, spices. But what about the yellow zone? Berries, a square or two of 85% dark chocolate. Nuts, fermented veggies, if you're not strict carnivore. Coffee or tea early. The red zone, the modern snack aisle and liquid sugar. Timing shapes dopamine too. Stop grazing. 2 or 3 real meals beat 5 constant nibbles. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed. If you like OMAD occasionally and you're adapted, fine. Just don't under-protein and then act surprised when the pantry negotiates hostage terms at 10 p.m. What does a dopamine plate look like? Here's a carnivore-friendly version. Ribeye with 2 eggs and a cup of bone broth. Salmon with a simple yellow yolk sauce. Burger patties with cheese and a few olives if you tolerate them. And here's a low-carb omnivore version. A smoked salmon omelet with avocado. Steak with asparagus and butter. Full-fat, unsweetened Greek yogurt, a tablespoon of chopped walnuts, and a few berries. Flavor doesn't require sugar. Use adequate salt if medically appropriate. Acid like lemon or vinegar, and umami. Anchovy or parmesan if you tolerate dairy. Non-food levers lift your baseline dopamine, so you no longer chase the spike. Get morning light in your eyes. Step outside 5 to 10 minutes when you start your day. That circadian anchor helps your brain say no later. Do a 10 to 15 minute walk after your largest meal. It blunts glucose spikes and turns down cravings. Add brief resistance training a few days a week. Muscle is the organ of longevity and insulin sensitivity. Take 90 seconds for breath work or prayer between tasks. It's like a neurologic reset. Finish showers with a 30 to 60 second cold rinse for a clean catecholamine nudge. And serve someone today. Slow, meaningful dopamine beats fast, empty dopamine every time. Here's a quick mid-video checkpoint. If this is already clarifying things, hit like so the algorithm sends this to someone staring down a vending machine at 10 p.m. And subscribe if you want more low-carb, keto, and carnivore-friendly strategies from a doctor who treats the root, not just the symptom. Coffee sweeteners and Doc, can I questions. Caffeine is fine for many, but keep it early. Late caffeine ruins sleep, and ruined sleep ruins dopamine control. If you're anxious, taper from 3 cups of coffee to 1 or 2, or try half calf. Sweeteners can be a bridge, but they keep the sweet-seeking circuit alive for some. If you use them, have them with meals, and step down over time. Chocolate? Go high cacao, 1 to 2 squares, after a protein-rich meal. Not alone. As promised, let's do a quick 7-day dopamine reset. Simple, winnable, and repeatable whenever life gets noisy. Day 1. Protein first breakfast, 30 to 50 grams. Rate cravings 1 to 10 today and write it down. Day 2. Replace one hyper-palatable snack with a real option. Bone broth and olives or sardines and cheese if you tolerate dairy. Day 3. 10-minute walk after your largest meal. Notice energy and mood shifts. Day 4. Get outside for a light before calories. Coffee is fine, just step outside first. Day 5. Remove liquid sugar and sweetened creamers. Black coffee or a splash of heavy cream is a much better way to go. Day 6. In your shower with a 30-second cold rinse. Then 2 minutes of slow breathing. Day 7. Finish dinner 3 to 4 hours before bed. Make your last hour free of those screens. How do you measure progress? The scale is a poor storyteller. Track a daily craving score. Note hours of calm focus after meals and time to satiety. Measure waist weekly. Long term, aim for a waist to height ratio around 0.5. Working with a clinician, labs like fasting insulin, triglyceride to HDL ratio, a 2-hour post-meal glucose, and A1C add context. But behavior changes first. Numbers follow. Special notes for safety. If you're on psychiatric medications, ADHD meds, Parkinson's meds, or anything dopamine active, loop in your clinician before major changes. If you're using GLP-1 medications, protect your muscle. Prioritize protein, keep electrolytes up, and lift something besides your phone. For my night shift friends, stimulate sunrise with a bright light when you wake using a 10,000 lux light if you're an early riser before the sun comes out. Make your first meal protein forward and finish your last meal well before the longest sleep block. Here's my objections lighting round. Isn't this just keto? Think of it as keto with a brain wiring manual. Less spike, more steady. Can I ever have cake? Once your baseline is stable and you're back in the driver's seat, you can choose cake without cake choosing you. And that's only if it doesn't trigger you. And us carnivores don't really mess around with cake much. What if I mess up? You're a human. Reset at the next meal. Why would a carnivore doc talk dopamine? Because metabolic health requires a broad perspective. Carnivore is my preferred pattern for simplicity, satiety, and a calm gut. But whether you're a ribeye regular or just getting off the blood sugar roller coaster, the dopamine diet gives you the wiring plan that makes any low-carb approach easier. Feed biology first. Protein, natural fats, minerals, and cravings. Shrink from a bullhorn to a whisper. Layer in sleep, light, movement, slow breath work, and service. And you'll discover it was never a willpower problem. It was a rhythm problem. Your next step is simple. Run the 7-day reset. Build real plates. Front load protein. Ditch engineered hyper-palatables. Salt within medical reason. Time caffeine early. Hydrate earlier in the day so your sleep isn't interrupted. If you're carnivore curious, you'll feel right at home. If you're low-carb omnivore, you'll feel in control again. Then come back and comment which day surprised you most and which snack you evicted from the house. And remember, If it's in your house, it's in your mouth. So stock the house like you mean it. One last thing. I'm a doctor, but I'm not your personal doctor. Use this as education, not personal medical advice. And partner with your clinician, especially if you're on chronic meds. All right, tap like, subscribe, and check the description for resources. Your future self, the one with steady energy, quiet evenings, and jeans that fit, is already waving from down the road.